London is a renting nightmare, and a recent study has predicted that by 2025, more than half of people under the age of 40 will be living in a rented property. With that being the case, you Londoners are going to need some top renting tips to avoid you falling into these all too common renting pitfalls. The most important thing when starting your renting journey is to do your damn homework. And that can be difficult because where do you find all the information you need? Well, what you do is you log on to a brilliant new website that I've recently discovered, citybusters.com. They have gone to the trouble of giving every flat in London a rating based on a whole host of different variables, which in turn gives you an invaluable head start when beginning to search for a property. And they're also doing an amazing job of empowering London renters by allowing you to rate and review previous landlords on a whole host of different things, such as price, condition, and even if there was any mold or pests during your stay. We all know that London is a fast-paced city, and that is never truer than when trying to rent a property in London. The turnaround for flats is incredibly fast, and often they can be snapped up within a few hours' time. So my advice is once you're ready to move, get organised and get on it. And if you can, try and move outside of university start and end times, as this is when demand is at its highest. Do not, I repeat, do not transfer any money before seeing a property. No matter how many pictures you've seen online, or no matter how good an idea you think you have of the place, if you don't see it in person, you run the risk of being property catfished. Listen, there are loads of scammers out there, and it is your right to view a property before moving in. And once you're in there, make sure that everything is working. And if it's not, agree to get it fixed before you move in. It is very easy to feel powerless when dealing with landlords, as usually it has been such an ordeal just for you to get to this point. But remember that renting a property is like any other transaction. You are the buyer and the landlord is the seller, and you have a right to get exactly what you've paid for. Listen, what is the point of being in some shiny new flat if you can't even afford a can of Tesco-owned baked beans? So if you think that the rent is too high, try to bargain it down to something that you think is more reasonable. We've all heard the saying, read the small print. Well, before signing a tenancy agreement, read the every print. From the length of your contract, to break clauses, to your responsibilities as a tenant, everything is in there. Cowboy landlords have been known to try and pull a fast one in getting you to agree to ridiculous demands, so make sure you know exactly what's in it before you sign anything. And if you're unclear about anything in the tenancy agreement, head back over to citybusters.com and check out their rental guide, which will give you all the information you need to help level the playing field. Thanks for watching our top 5 renting tips for London. If you have any London life hacks you'd like to tell us about, drop it in the comment section below and we will check it out. Please subscribe here and you can social media me once I've accepted your deposit. That sounds a bit rude.